Justin, I'm dying to know. I know many of our listeners are as well, and perhaps you can just give us a flavour without revealing the entire secret behind it. But what is what is the framework behind the Get Different philosophy?
The framework's super simple, and we created it that way on purpose because what's simple gets executed. What is simple gets worked on. Our entire framework fits on a page. And it's super simple. Like I said, I'll walk through it right now. It boils down to differentiate, attract, and direct. DAD. It's an easy acronym to remember. And there's 3 parts to it when it comes to marketing or creating marketing that gets noticed. Differentiate. Number 1, you have to do something different to get noticed. If you can't get noticed, you won't get business. So it's looking around and saying, how can I do something different or say something different than the other people in my field? Because that's going to get noticed. You know, best practices in our world is a 4-letter word, because best practices is a surefire way to get ignored and passed over. Why? Because everybody else is doing them. So you have to do something to get noticed. You have to do something different to get noticed. That's differentiate. Attract. Attract is provide your ideal prospect with an ideal or with an attractive opportunity. And that is super important to keep in mind, because oftentimes as business owners, as solopreneurs, we think to ourselves, oh, hey, well, this is attractive. I think this is attractive. Meaning, you know, I'm going to put this offer, this invitation, this whatever, to work together in front of my ideal prospect, and that's attractive to them. And in many cases, it's not. It's not. We think it's attractive because it helps us, but it's not attractive to them. So they either ignore it or run away from it. They ignore it because it's irrelevant. They run away from it because it's a threat. They perceive that opportunity as a threat. And that threat could be anything from changing the way that they live their lives. It could be, the threat could be it's too expensive. The threat could be it's complicated. The threat could be any of those things. Or it could be irrelevant, meaning they don't perceive that your offer is relevant to them. It doesn't help them in any way. It's not relevant to their lives. So the opportunity you put in front of people to work together or do whatever has to be attractive. And then finally, direct. Direct is probably the simplest part of the process, but it's oftentimes overlooked or misunderstood, because oftentimes we believe that the ideal prospect, after we've gotten their attention through differentiation and we've put an attractive opportunity in front of them, they're simply just going to know what to do next. And oftentimes that's not the case. Oftentimes our ideal prospects leave confused. Even if we've done differentiate and attract correctly, they leave confused because they don't know what it is you want them to do. And so direct says you have to make that clear, actionable, reasonable, specific. Do this thing, go here now, buy this program, sign up for my services, whatever. It has to be clear, it has to tell them exactly what the next step is that you want them to take. And that's it. It's all right there.